What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the power of self-belief and how to overcome the self-doubt that you have. So let me ask you one question. Do you believe in yourself? Like, truly, do you believe that whatever it is that you want to do, you can actually go out and do it? Or are you kind of like, I think I can do it, or I think I can accomplish that? Like, what type of belief do you really have in yourself? When you're thinking about you in the future, do you think about you're in the same position, or do you think about I've actually obtained and reached the goals that I've wanted to hit? And then the thing and then the next question is, do you depend on other people for your success, or do you go out and get it yourself? Because if you go out and you depend on other people to get your success, then maybe you don't have as much belief in yourself as you think you do. Or you just think that you need other people to actually help you get to where you want to be. And there's nothing wrong with community and having other people help you get to where you want to get to. But if you're depending on them, that's a difference. So I want you to answer those. First off, do you have belief in yourself that you can get there and that you can actually obtain what you want to obtain? And second, do you depend on other people to get where you want to get to? I ask those questions because overcoming like self-doubt is so strong for a lot of people. A lot of people, they start doubting themselves. They start, talking to themselves in a negative way. They don't give themselves the affirmations to be able to actually go out and do what they want to do. And so they depend on other people to tell them you're doing a good job, or that, I see the progress that you're making, or I see, the things that you have going on. But if you don't do those things for yourself, then you're going to be so dependent on other people that whenever they don't do it, that you're going to feel like you're falling short, or you're going to feel like you're doing, you're not doing enough. And that's where I think the self-doubt comes in, where a lot of people, they start talking to themselves. They start trying to talk negative to themselves. They tell themselves that they're not enough. They start going to this depressive state if they do it long enough. But what you have to realize is that it's literally up to you to go out and do what you want to do and not depend on other people to do what you want to do. And if you're going to have self-doubt, have the positive self-talk. Okay, I failed here, but I need to pick up and I need to do this and that. Okay, I didn't do well here, but now I've learned my lesson to know what to do next. And if I failed again doing the same thing, then how am I still messing up? How am I still not being successful or not accomplishing the things that I've wanted to do? And then you kind of move from there. So self-doubt, whenever a lot of people have the negative talk or the dependency on other people to get where they want to get to, then it really hinders their success. I think that comes with confidence. That comes with how confident are you in you? How confident do you feel like you can actually go out and obtain the things that you want to do? How confident do you feel that you can go step by step trying to do the things that you see yourself doing, no matter how hard they get, right? And I think that whenever it comes to the self-doubt and it comes to, the self-talk of what you have to yourself, it needs to be positive, because if you're going to be confident and try to move in the direction that you want to move in, then you have to move with confidence, right? You have to move with assurance, like I know what I'm doing. I know exactly where I'm going. I know what I need to do. I know what it takes, and I'm still willing to put the work in. I'm still willing to show up every day. I'm still willing to do what I need to do to get where I need to get to. I think another thing that comes with being able to have self-belief and being able to believe in yourself comes from being able to know how to deal with criticism. You start dealing with criticism, you talk to people and you tell them what you want to do, and they might try to rather shut it down, or they try to give you helpful advice. And if you don't know how to deal with either one of those, it could be hindering you. Someone that's telling you, hey, if you want to be fit, you need to go to the gym. Instead of you taking that in a negative way, take it as a positive reassurance. Of course, there's different ways to say different things, but you have to understand that the different criticisms that you're going to get hinder rather how you want to take it and how you move from there. If you take criticism and you're like, man, this person's talking down on me, even though they're trying to help you, they're trying to give you direction of where you can go, then maybe that is on you. Maybe that is on you. If you end up letting people criticize you and what they have to say, you give that much power to them, then maybe at the end of the day, then you need to evaluate why you give that person so much power. Why do you let what they say affect you so much? Is it because of the relationship that you have with them? Is it because it's a random person, and so if they see it, everyone else must see it? Is it because it's just an insecurity within you? Why is it that it affects you so much? And then kind of move from there to understand, okay, I remember this happened when I was young. this is more of a traumatic thing. I remember this happened when I was in high school. I used to get made fun of. I remember when I couldn't speak up for myself. And now when I try to speak up for myself, I'm getting criticized, right? And then trying to understand why you are acting the way you are. And then again, adjusting to be able to be like, okay, look, these criticisms or these advice that I'm taking, I need to be able to maneuver it and know how to use it for the positive, right? If someone's telling me that I need to be in the gym or that being in the gym can help me with blank, then why not go to the gym? If I know that I need to be, going to school and doing my homework because I need to pass a test, then why would I take that as a negative thing? Like, I need to be learning so that I can be able to pass what it is that I want to do. Okay, I need to graduate. I need to take test after test after test, but it's going to come with going to class. It's going to come with showing up. It's going to come with driving to school, right? It's going to come with all these different steps, but the end goal is so that you graduate. And so you have to understand all the steps that it's going to take just for you to get where you want to get to. And if you're going to take people being like, oh, I don't think you could pass this test is going to be hard, you didn't do your homework, you woke up late, you're not showing up on time, and you're letting these small things start to add up, then it might hinder the goal that you want to get to, because then you start realizing that it's bigger than just the small things. The small things start to roll, it's kind of like a snowball effect, and then it starts adding up, and then you hinder yourself on where you could actually be. Being able to understand these last two things is really going to be game changing for you. So understand the impact of your own environment. Understand that if you're at home and it's a toxic environment, it's going to affect your productivity. It's going to affect your own mindset. It's going to affect how you view yourself. It's going to affect how you talk to yourself. So understand the people that you're dealing with. Understand, the interactions that you have, because those end up, having an effect on you, whether you realize it or not. You might have had a good day. You come home and all of a sudden, your parents said something happened with your siblings, and now you're in a bad mood. And you're like, I don't even realize how much of an effect or an impact these people, this environment has on my life. And so that could affect your self-doubt, and that could start making you want to, talk to yourself in a negative way. That might hinder you from actually finding the help, because you're like, if I can't find help in my own family, then where else can I find help from? Or you find, you try to find help in like your friends, or trying to go to school, and you're like mixed in with the wrong crowd, and things start to hinder and start to, like I said, snowball after things don't actually end up going how you want to go. But it all started with your environment. And a lot of people don't realize that until it's too late, until they move out, and then they feel free. They feel like I can come home and not have to worry about, people trying to nag me, or people trying to talk to me, and people trying to always like start an argument or something. There's nothing that I'm like doing wrong, unless if I'm just being accountable with whatever I have going on. But I'm not like bothering people, right? I don't feel like a bother, things like that. And you don't really understand it until you're out of the situation. But yeah, guys, I feel like I was going on a little tangent right there. But like I was saying, just watch the impact of your environment, because it has more of an impact on you than you think. But to move on to my last step, I would say find strength in your failures. Whenever you fail, question, did I give my all to this? Did I really fail? Like, why do I feel like I failed? Okay, how did I fail? How can I adjust from the failure? And then move from there, because failing doesn't have to be a failing, like feeling, and that sounds kind of contradicting, because it's like, well, I failed, or like I didn't have any progress in this. But you can rather take failing and be like, man, I failed, I want to give up, I don't even know what I'm doing, and then move from there. Or you could take failing and be like, okay, something did work out like I thought it was going to, but I can learn from this, and you move from there. The choice is yours. And whenever you have a good self-talk, or you have a good circle around you, the thing is that they will pick you up when you fail. They won't push you back down. Again, going back to the environment. What type of environment are you around? Are these people that's going to be like, hey, yeah, you failed, you suck, you absolutely aren't even good at what you do. Like, you don't even know how to pass a test. You don't even know how to drive. You don't even know how to, do whatever, right? But I mean, it could really be anything. And if you're not around the right circle, then whenever you fail, it may feel like you're a failure. But if you're around people that's going to pick you up whenever you fail, then it's going to be a lesson. And it's going to be like, look, I need to move. I need to do this and that. I can consult myself in this person because they know what it took for me to get here. They know what I've been studying for. They know what I've been working for. They know exactly what it's taken for me to get to this moment. But if you're around the wrong people, then you're going to realize that very, very quickly. And trying to find the lesson in failure is one of the most key things to life, because the thing is that since we're not perfect, we're always going to fail. You know, we're always going to have moments where we fall short, and we're also going to have moments where we have to learn from something. The question is, are you going to learn from it, or are you going to give up because you failed? Are you going to just move on and push it to the back of your head and be like, man, I don't even want to deal with this. This situation happened, but I'm just not even going to move, try to heal from it. I'm just going to literally move on to the next thing. Like, how do you deal with failure? How do you deal with failing? How do you deal with rejection? How do you feel with the negative self-talk in your head? How do you deal with those things? And I think that those things literally start from self-doubt. Those things literally start from the voices in your head and the circle that you're around. Being able to move from there and then understanding exactly how to get over the hurdles of life is going to come from yourself. And that's one of the things I had to learn when I was younger. And it's like, you got to literally talk to yourself in a positive way. You can't give yourself self-doubt. If you want to have self-belief, self-doubt, and no confidence and the wrong people around you, it's not the way that you want to go, because then it literally keeps pushing you down. Things start to add up, things start to keep stacking, and now you end up down here, when if you had elevated yourself or been around the right people or whatever the case is, you could have been up here, you know? And those are such important things, because not a lot of people will start to take accountability or start to realize it until their mid-30s, or until until they're graduated, or until they're out of school. And then they start realizing that life is going to hit them. Life is going to really show them how much growing up and how much maturing they need to do. So I challenge you guys, evaluate the things that I said and try to move in the correct direction. Try to understand yourself and analyze your situations to understand how you can be able to move farther in life. And there's anything that you guys have to understand is that you're going to find all of those things with God. You can't do it alone. God's going to place the right people in your life. God is going to place, people to be able to heal certain things. And he's going to place people in your life to be able to help you with different things. And don't be so quick to want to turn it down because you just want to do it on your own. Or that you want to try to figure life out because you want to be lonely and you want to, block people out, or that you can't trust people. Take the help. Because sometimes it might not be the help that you wanted, but it's the help that God sent you. And then you just adjust and move from there. If you guys have had, any type of self-doubt or any type of self-belief, like moments where you kind of felt a little low, drop it in the comments and talk about how you overcame that, how you have that self-belief now. Because there's so many different things that you could do to gain the belief. But those are just some of the tips that I've learned, and some of the tips that have worked for me. And so I'm curious what works for you guys. Drop it in the comment. That being said, y'all, like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on any socials of King Malone. And until then, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Gone.